Hello friends, happy Tuesday, day 19 of Vlogmas. I have had a really wonderful day. I have thoroughly enjoyed myself. It has been a day of pure indulgence in craft. I've been feeling so much better today, which is good. Poor Mason, so I think it may have been a bit of a bug because he has not been feeling so crash hot today. He came home from a sleepover, so it could just be that he is tired, but he is a little bit sinusy too, so hopefully with a good night's sleep he will feel better tomorrow, because there would be nothing worse than being sick right before Christmas, but hopefully he will be okay. I don't even know if he's still awake, to be honest. He did have a nap when he came home this afternoon, but yeah, he had fun. He had fun. That's what 12-year-old boys do. So what did I do? I spent most of today stitching on Zoom with some friends. So I was stitching with my friend Katrina, who you have met on here before, and the very talented Avril, who we just adore. She is such a talent and so lovely. So we were, stitching today on Zoom. And then we happened to be lucky enough to be joined by a new friend of ours who we met at the Jingle Ball in a stitching room. And her name is Jerica, and she is the Daybreak Stitcher, I'm pretty sure. And I'll link her down below. She does have a floss tube, and she is just such a sweetheart, and she is also very talented. I think we may have started stitching about the same time, because I have actually been binge watching some of her floss tubes. She has about 5, I think, and I am just starting number 4 already. So after dinner, that's what I've been doing. I've been binge watching her and doing some sewing, which has been, really nice. And she has got some absolutely stunning finishes and so many amazing whips. She's such a talent. So, and she's just so nice. She's just so nice. She's from Utah, I think she said, I'm pretty certain. And definitely check her out. She's, like I said, a new floss tuber, but so lovely and just very talented. So we were busy on there stitching away. I'll share what I was stitching on. I had a new start. So when we were at the Jingle Ball, there was lots of talk about perforated paper as something you can stitch on. And I just wasn't sure how that was going to go, to be honest. Like, I live in a pretty hot and humid place. It's Queensland it's hot and humid, especially right now. I've got the air conditioning on, so if you hear that annoying hum, I'm so sorry, but I can't turn it off. It is just way too hot. So I ended up, I was just very intrigued about this stitching on paper, and then I don't know, what was I looking for? Oh, it was when I was looking for the quilt labels for that baby quilt, I came across a Mill Hill kit that I had purchased obviously a long time ago. This one here, it's a buttons and beads, and it is the Barbershop little Christmas one, and it's on perforated paper. So I thought I should start it so I can test this out and see how it goes. My biggest thing was, if I ended up with sweaty fingers, would the paper just disintegrate? But the actual paper, it kind of almost feels like it's not cardboard, but it's got like a finish to it that's sort of quite hardy. It's different. It's unusual. It's different. It's unusual. It's nice. It's very, very different. I don't know that I would stitch on anything bigger. I think it would be really hard because I'm a bit of a scruncher. Because I stitch in hand, I tend to scrunch my fabric a little bit when I'm stitching. and you can't obviously do that with perforated paper. But anyway, so I pulled it out and then I put the threads on. I've got this thread card. Oh, I've had it for a while and it just so happened to be the perfect thing to use it for this. So it is a Saju thread card, and I got this from Lucella in Melbourne, and I will also link them because they sell a lot of Saju stuff. I know a lot of places do, but it's a very pretty store. So I got it from there and separated the colours and then got started. So I have stitched, and I don't know how I'm going to show you. Let's show you like this. I've stitched a bit of the roof. I've been stitching the beads on as I go because I figure it's small and I'm not going to scrunch it, so they'll be fine. So I've got the roof on and all those sparkly beads so far, which I thought was a pretty good start. The beads come all mixed up in these two little bags, and you've just got to kind of guess what colours they're calling for. It's not hard to guess what they are. And so, yeah, I've really enjoyed that start. And it's kind of just sitting here because I didn't have a bag for it. I do now because I've sewn a couple, which I'll show you in a second, but I'll show you what else I was stitching on first. So I stitched on that for most of the morning, and then I went and picked up Mason from his friend's house, and we went and had some lunch together and came back home and rejoined the girls. And that's, I think, about the time that Jerica joined us, or soon after that. Then I think it was this one that I pulled out. So this is the cherries. I can't read any of that because it's in French, but I got this kit from Daisy Chain. I'll link where I got it from in the description box. But yeah, I've got a few of them. I've got the cherries, I've got the strawberries, and I think maybe the peaches. I can't really remember now, but cherries are very much a Christmas fruit here in Queensland. They're always on Christmas platters. So I've started that. I haven't gotten very far. I didn't start it today. I started it, when did I start it? Earlier in the year sometime. But that's where I'm at with that one. And this fabric came in the kit, so I'm not actually sure what it is. It just came in the kit, and because I can't really read anything on here, I can't really tell you. So it's a mystery fabric in what appears to be about a 32 count, possibly. Does it say that? Maybe I'll be able to work that out. Nope, I can't work it out. So it's a mystery fabric. But anyway, I stitched a tiny little bit, and I'm talking a tiny little bit of that because this was about the time that Avril was showing us some of her finishes, and so it was very hard to be motivated to stitch when I could look at all those beauties. So I think I just stitched this little tiny bit here while I was looking at all her beautiful finishes. And the flosses for that one, I'll show you that because it's very bright. So these are the call for colours for that. Aren't they gorgeous? All these bright colours. So pretty, and it's all in DMC. So after I had done that, I did a tiny little bit, probably maybe an hour's worth on my Noel sampler. So that is my Noel sampler, which is just gorgeous. Brenda Gervais. Really love this one. And I'm stitching it with the DMC for that, and on the called for fabric. And I didn't get too much more done. I extended the roof a little bit and started the side of the house. The window's going to go in here. But yeah, little bit there. You don't tend to stitch as fast when you're talking to people, but that's okay. That's okay. It was just so lovely having just a day of stitching, and I think we're going to try to do it again before the end of the year, which would be really lovely. And yeah, I'm actually wondering, because it's always something that we could even do a stitchy day and just put a link somehow. I don't know. Would anyone be interested in a stitchy day online? You have to let me know in the comments. But anyway, they're the 3 that I worked on. I also got some mail. Got some happy mail. And I was showing this off actually, and I think Jerica has already bought some. Yeah, it's gorgeous. It is from number 12 Stitch Co. And gosh, I hope you can see it. It is the softest green. Like a real icy green. It's really beautiful. It's got a nice amount of modeling on it. Oh, it's so nice. So I got this, it's called Peppermint Ice, and I got it in the 36 count. Oh, it's so nice. It's just so nice. I think you can see it okay. So she sent that, and then because she is just lovely, Nicola from number 12 Stitch Co., I got one of her little cards here. I haven't got this one before. It's really sweet. And she sent a little needle minder too, little festive needle minder. Thank you, Nicola. You know that I love buying from you. And then so while I was watching Jerica's floss tube, because they were new to me, and I managed to binge watch 3 of them in a row, ready for number 4, I decided to sew some bags. I wanted to get a little bag for my buttons and beads because that does not have a bag. And then I just made another one because it was already cut out. So I stitched it together. So here is the little one that I've made. This is using Laurie Holt fabric. And I have lined it in some pink crosses. So I made that one tonight. So cute. I love these double zips. These are Laurie Holt double zips. The other bag doesn't have one, sadly. But yeah, they're very nice. This is my other bag that I made. And this is just from fabric that I had in my stash. Look, I didn't even iron it. I just sewed it, I quilted it and didn't even iron it. But that's okay. It's just for me and my projects. Isn't it cool fabric though? And then what did I line that one in? Just some spots. So I've got 2 new project bags. So one of the other things that we were talking about on the Zoom that I thought you guys might be interested in, that I'm going to have a think about, is something called a blessing sampler. And I did do a blessing sampler early this year. So what a blessing sampler is, it's a sampler you start on the first day of the year and you finish it by the end of January. So you stitch it for the month, and it's, I think, supposed to bless your stitching for the year, or I don't know. It's just a fun idea, really. So for this year, 2023, I'll show you what I made. So my 2023 blessing sampler was Annie Morris, and this is a Hands Across the Sea sampler, which is really cute. I made it into a very soft pillow because I wanted it to be a bit squishy. Yeah, it's all stitched in DMC. Just pulled straight from my stash in the closest colours as I could get. Some of them were called for, some of them weren't. Backed in Outback Wife bark cloth, which is one of my favourite fabrics. I love the Outback Wife bark cloth. And I just had embroidered the ear in a gold because there was gold in the fabric. And then got some Lady Dot Creates trim, which I sewed into the side. I'm not very neat with glue. I'm better off with sewing. So I sew all of my trim in. So I had a lot of fun doing that, and I thought I'd do another one this year. So then the big decision is, what am I going to choose for a blessing sampler? And I had this year on my birthday ordered the Words of Wisdom. Oh, you can see my light. The Words of Wisdom Hands Across the Sea box, which is absolutely just like I just love it so much. I've actually, let me show you. So I've actually still kept it packed because I like to unpack it and repack it and unpack it and repack it, which is such a bizarre thing to do. I know it is, but it's just so fun. This whole box is so fun. And one of the samplers in this box I thought would be a good candidate as my blessing sampler. And I thought I would show you, but I'm going to give you fair warning because I know that some people have said they're using this box as their Advent. And so if you do have this box and you are doing it as an Advent, you might want to look away because I can't remember what number in the box this was. But I'm thinking of doing this one as my blessing sampler. It's just so sweet. So it is quite small. It is, let's have a look here. It is 170 by 90. One thread, and they've used a DMC 598. And the saying is, lost. Somewhere between sunrise and sunset, 2 golden hours. Each set with 60 diamond minutes. No reward is offered, for they are lost forever. 1897. And honestly, every single day I feel like I've lost 2 hours. There's just never enough time in the day. I really like it. So I'm leaning towards this one as my blessing sampler. And then we were talking about what, are we going to be stitching on New Year's? Yes, I don't go out for New Year's. I'm not a party animal. So yeah, I don't do that anymore. So I will be stitching on New Year's, but I don't know what yet. And there's a lot of ways that people use New Year's Eve to do their stitching. So yeah, if you have a particular thing that you are hoping to achieve on New Year's, maybe you're going to do a new start, maybe you're going to do, I know some people do a new project every hour leading up to midnight. Some people do all new starts. Some people work on all their whips leading up to it. So yeah, interesting. I don't know how I will spend it, but yeah, I'll have to have a think. I've definitely got enough whips. I've got so many. In fact, I think I'm going to have to recycle them around a little bit so that I can touch some different ones. But yeah, maybe when I put some projects in those new project bags that I just made. Okay, we've talked a lot tonight. I am going to do the advent calendar with you. So let's get it out. We are up to day 19. We'll open up this one. Can I just say how much I have really loved this calendar? And this is no exception. Here we go. We've got some more of our letters. We've got seahorse, teacup. Look how cute that is. An umbrella. Oh, that's so cute. How fun. Put it up with the other ones. I'm going to leave you here now because I am going to maybe go back and have a look through all my whips and work out what new projects I'm going to put in my project bag that I just made. The Mill Hill's going in the small one, but I'm going to need something for the big one. So I'll have to fill that in. Maybe I can kit it up with my blessing sampler. You never know. All right, that's about enough from me, I think, today. I will see you again tomorrow. See you later. Bye.